Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Becca, and I'm thrilled for you guys to be here with me today. I hope that 2021 so far has been kind to you, and I hope that you listened or watched my last video because it was all about grace and gratitude, and there are so many benefits to being grateful. So if you haven't watched it, go check it out. I will link it down below because we want to be those people who cultivate gratitude in our lives. It's not the easiest of tasks, right? But hear me when I say this, friends. The easy way is not always the best way. Sometimes we need to just take on the hard stuff and do the hard thing and move forward in that. God's going to give us the help and the strength that we need. He's going to go with us through it, and we are capable of doing hard things. You are capable of it. We may not see success overnight. We may not wake up and be the most grateful person in the world, but we will continue to move forward. So if you feel like you did watch it and you feel like you've been struggling with your gratitude and with being grateful, I want to encourage you just to keep moving forward. It's literally good for your health to be grateful too. I should have mentioned this in the last video that I did, but UC Davis put out an article. They did some research on gratitude and how it literally benefits your physical and mental health. So we see all of these other benefits other than, like, it does benefit our emotional health. It benefits our spiritual health because the Lord He tells us to be grateful. But there's a reason because of all of these benefits that come out of being grateful. It's not just because He asks us to do that. It's not just good for our spiritual health, but it's literally good for our physical health. So I'm going to link that in the show notes so you can go read that article. It's very fascinating. So there is that. Again, not the easiest of tasks, but one we are capable of doing. Okay, I want you to know that you are capable. Thank God for capability and the Him giving us this opportunity to continue to move forward in cultivating gratitude. All right. Let's get the party started. What are we talking about today? Because it's the new year. Now, I know we're almost at the end of January, but I haven't talked about resolutions. I haven't talked about goals. And friends, I love those things. I really do. I'm a 7 on the Enneagram, so I'm looking at what's next. So what are we doing next? What's happening next? So when New Year's comes, which is the ultimate party. Everybody celebrates in some way, shape, or form. Maybe I shouldn't say everybody. Most people, even if you don't stay up till midnight, people have some sort of celebration usually, and so you have the whole world celebrating one big party at the same time. It's like, what? It's so fun. Okay. Anyways, I also love resolutions. I love goals. I love setting, and just anticipating the newness and what we can accomplish in the new year. It's thrilling to me. I don't always stick to it, but I do always make some, okay? I don't always keep them. That's okay. But I do like to look back and see which ones I kept and which ones I didn't. Speaking of, Jenny Allen has these, what she calls dream guides. She actually didn't call it a dream guide this year. I cannot remember what she called it. I don't remember, but I'm going to link that as well. It's a free download, and you go over last year, you kind of review what happened last year, and then you set goals for the new year. I have been doing this since 2019, and they are fantastic. I love doing them. It's really cool. I keep them all together too, so I can look back even on the years past and see where I've done well and where I need improvement, right? I think too, we kind of get discouraged when we're like, I didn't keep any of these, and we get really discouraged. I want to say, don't be discouraged. There's just room for improvement, friends. It's fine. Like, we're gonna do better. And so I try not to get discouraged. I'm just like, okay, I need to improve here. Now, if you're like me, you may need to continue to improve in the same area over and over and over again. And you know what? It's fine. Just pick that ball up and keep moving forward. That's what I'm doing. Now, I went back and listened to my podcast that I recorded last year around this time to review what I said that my goals were for 2020. I knew what some of them were, but I wanted to listen and see if I missed any. And I'm just going to go through them and tell you which ones I did well at and which ones I did not. I'm just going to expose all the things today for you guys. So one of my goals for 2020 was to read through the entire Bible chronologically. Did do that. I didn't finish on December 31st, which really bummed me out. I got behind a couple days, and I could not catch up with all of the holiday things that were happening. I shouldn't say I couldn't. I didn't catch up. And so I finished around like January 5th, but I did complete it. So I'm feeling good about that one. Also, okay, this was an ultimate fail. Batch recording episodes for the podcast, for my YouTube. I mean, just ultimate bomb fail on that. I think I did that twice. And then after all of the things, I was not even getting them out at my timeline that I wanted to release them. So yeah, not only was I not batch recording, I was also not releasing them when I wanted to. So that was an ultimate, like, not just didn't meet it, but fell behind on that one. So room for improvement. Here we go. We're going to improve this year on that. We're going to move forward. All right. Read at least one book a month. I did well on the first half of the year. I think July or August I fell off, and I did not, I still was reading, I just was not consistent in reading enough to get the whole book done in a month. And now I am changing that goal a little bit this year. I still have a goal for that, but it's a little different as I move forward into 2021. What else? Yeah, okay, I think those are all the things. Oh, my at-home membership, that's what it was. I did start my at-home membership. It's a fitness program. It is not, honestly, I would say, I did start it, so that is like a check mark on that. It's still happening, so there is success in that, but it's not exactly up to the standard and expectation I had set for myself. So I do have goals to improve that in 2021. That's on, I've taken that goal, revamped it, and pushed it into 2021. So there is that. All right. And 2020 was a rough year, friends. It was rough and it was tough, but we came out on the other side. Now, it's over and done, and we can talk about goals, and we can talk about how maybe we missed some things, or we just left our resolutions in the dust when everything blew up in our faces. But I really also want us to look back with attitudes of gratitude, okay? And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about things that happened that I'm thankful for, and I really want you guys to do the same. I want you to look back in 2020, and I want you to dig through the muck and the suck and find some things that were good, okay? Like, let's find some ways that we can look back on 2020 and be grateful. So I'm going to share some of the things that were blessings to me. First and foremost, you guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here. The fact that you show up and listen or watch if you're on YouTube, and like, I love you guys. I'm super, super thankful for you and for what we've been through together in 2020, okay? Thank you for your patience and your kindness and your prayers. Y'all are amazing. Love you guys. I got to go to New York before the world shut down, which was super fun. I still can't believe that we made that work. It was just this, we took a girls trip, and legit amazing. While I was there, I got the call that I got chosen to be one of the Revelation Wellness educators, which was a huge blessing as well, and it was a legit amazing day. Okay, pretty fantastic day there. Being in New York with my girls and get that phone call, it was like, oh. So yeah, it was also, was it my birthday? I don't remember if it was my birthday. I was there for my birthday, so it was a fantastic time, friends. Okay, I got 2 new nephews, and my brother and sister-in-law moved back in town. So lots of family, like lots of good family stuff happening. What else? I got to do some firearms training, which is always a blast to me. It's so much fun. I love tactical training, and I did my man Trey got me a new gun, so that was fun too. I love all the firearms. And then I also started training in jiu-jitsu, which is something that I've really wanted to do since I did women's self-defense previously. Like, I've done that for a couple of years, and now I'm training in jiu-jitsu, which is so much fun. Okay, and the weather was fantastic in 2020. Honestly, I look back, And because of COVID, I was still trying to teach fitness classes, but I couldn't do them indoors because everything was shut down. And so I just took them outdoors, and God was so faithful in giving me good weather and working out. Like, I can't explain how beautiful the weather was in 2020. Anybody else notice that? Maybe, well, in Louisiana, I don't, wherever you're watching, I hope you had good weather, okay? Here in Louisiana, unusually mild weather. It was fantastic, and so I'm so grateful for that. So while the world has been chaotic and confusing, there is still good to be found because our God is still good. And even if everything fell apart, Jesus is still faithful. You just look at all of the blessings. I look at how churches have transitioned and are hopefully reaching even more people now because they're online and they're streaming and reaching out in new ways. And so God is good, man. If you're having a hard time finding ways to be thankful, sometimes it might help to read the Psalms. The writer of Psalms experienced extreme highs and lows. Sometimes from things that he had done and things that he was just dealing with in his own in his own kind of way, and then sometimes it was just things that were happening to him, but extreme highs and lows. But he always returned to thanks and praise to God because God is faithful. He is faithful on our behalf even when we are a mess. Because when we break it all down, like, it all comes down to the fact that regardless of our circumstance and our situations, like, God is still worthy of our thanks and our praise. He just is. So I want to hear from you. I would love for you guys to send me some things that you're thankful for in 2020. What are you just praising God for? And because I want to give thanks and celebrate with you. So you can email me, Becca@battleground.life, or you can message me on Instagram at Becca D. Caldwell, and I will leave those in the show notes as well, and you can send me those things because I want to hear from you and I want to know what you're thankful for. So we've talked a little bit about resolutions. Did anybody make any for 2021? If you did, send me those too. I want to hear what your resolutions or goals. Sometimes I don't even like to call them resolutions. Like, what's your goals? Goal getters. Okay. If you have goals for 2021, maybe you're just like, I mean, this isn't really a 2021 goal. It's a life goal. Send them to me. I want to hear from you. Okay. And maybe you're like, I'm really nervous to make any kind of goals in 2021. Look at 2020 as a little rough. I'm not trying to jinx it, right? It's fine. Just make your goals anyway, friends. Yes. Okay. I did make some goals because, like I mentioned earlier, I love it. And I'm going to share some fun things with you that I'm working towards in this new year. So these are just a few personal things that I'm working on instead of, so I have them broken down into daily goals. That's what I'm working on right now. So just some things I want to implement on the daily. So 5 things. I have them written out in my planner, and I get a sticker for each one I do because I feel like it's going to help me if I reward myself with a sticker. Is it going to work? Probably not. I've not even been consistent with pulling the stickers out and putting them on my planner, but maybe I just need to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter about the stickers. Anyway, now I'm all distracted about stickers. Because I really want things to be prettier in 2021 too. So I'm trying to be, anyway, real cute. Okay. Anyway, 5 things. You ready for them? I know you are. You're tired of me rambling. Number 1 is to read the word and pray and just spend some time in the word. Okay. So I want to read the word. I want to talk to God. I want to listen. I really am working on listening. Listening is huge for me. So that's my number 1, right? Word. Like reading the word and hearing the word from the Lord, okay? And just spend some time with him. Number 2 is meditation and breathing, which is going to be scripture meditation mostly, and just learning to be still and breathe and be contentment, right? With God and who he is and who he's created me to be. And so that scripture meditation and breathing and just having some moment to allow him to do a work. Okay. Number 3 is I want to read for 30 minutes a day. This is not including Bible time. This is separate. Fiction, nonfiction, whatever the book it is that I'm reading. 30 minutes every day. It doesn't have to be 30-minute chunks. Could be 10, 10, 10. Could be 15, 15. But I really want to be intentional about reading, keeping that. Readers are leaders, Okay, so I'm trying to do that. Number 4 is drink a gallon of water a day. That's been my goal. That's really my daily goal has been that way for a while, but I just want to be very consistent in it. Make sure I'm fueling my body well with some H2O. Number 5 is I want to drill every day. Now, you're like, what is a drill? So, in jiu-jitsu, you do drills to improve your game, your skill set. So, that's what I want to do. This kind of leads into one of the quote-unquote big goals that I have for 2021. I wasn't going to share this, but I'm that person that if I don't share it, then I might back out. So, I feel like if I just throw it out there, then, yeah, maybe it helps me to be for real committed when I tell people that I'm going to do it. So, I would love to compete, to do competitions. And so if I want to do that, I need to practice well. I need to put in the work, right? That's the thing. And so I really want to compete maybe by the end of the year. I say it and it makes my stomach hurt. Totally depends on if I can improve well enough to be confident to get on the mat with some people that are probably better than me. But it's pretty outrageous. I'm a pretty outrageous person. So there's that. There you go. We'll see if that happens. So I have a lot of other goals related to like big things and things I want to do in my business and my ministry and things like that. So lots of dreaming happening around these parts. And I want to encourage you to dream. Like spend some time with the Lord. Lord, what do you want to do? Like what do you want me to do? And let Him stir up some excitement and some goals and some dreams in your heart. I was recently on a team meeting with our Revelation Wellness. We have a prayer team, and we were having a meeting with our coordinator, Michelle, she's amazing. And she was talking about the word do, how God had highlighted that word to her, and then He broke it down into discern and obey. And so I have really just been trying to sit with the Lord in that, and so that we can dream and do together, right? Because the Lord wants to do that with us. He wants to dream. He wants to highlight some things to us. He wants us to discern His voice and then be obedient to the things that He's called us to do. And so I'm trying to learn that and sit with that and listen to Him, and so that He and I can do that, right? That He can do that in me and through me, and we can do that with Him and just live the lives that He's called us to live and do the things that He's called us to do, because we all have a purpose. And I just want to encourage you in that you do have a purpose. There is a reason that you are on this earth, and I want you to really seek God on, okay, God, what is it? What do you want me to do? So I pray that the Lord speaks to your heart about where He wants you to go and what He wants you to do, and how He wants you to move forward in 2021. So He always has a purpose. He always has a plan, because that's who He is. And so I pray that we all listen and follow after Him, right? And just fulfill the things that He's called us to do. So, all right, that's all I've got for you today. I'm so grateful that you guys joined me. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. And if you liked today's video, then let me know. Give it a thumbs up, okay? And if you want to, you can share it with a friend, because sharing is caring. And I will see you guys next week. Again, thanks for watching. See you then.